Yes, I know what sleep
I
paralysis
had a
is.
friend with it.
Do you know?
Yeah,
Do you two know what that is? You know?
yeah, I
Okay.
got a friend who has it, so.
Okay, so apparently it can sleep paralysis can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It's some people are diagnosed with something where they can constantly get it, and some people can just randomly get it sometimes, like out of nowhere. Oop, I did it again. I had it one time, and it was probably the most horrifying thing. It was like it's that weird feeling between being completely asleep and being completely awake. So your brain is still trying to process weird dream thoughts, but it's like in reality.
It's like in
It's like
limbo.
it's like in limbo. It's scary. I woke up in the middle of the night, and the thing about sleep paralysis is a lot of times you'll wake up and you can't move. You're just fully conscious and you can see. Um, and I was laying in my bed. I got this big area and then the window. That's pretty much my room. And I woke up and I was like looking towards the window and there was this big gray, just dark thing just standing. And then it had two little dots for eyes, I assume. And I'm just sitting there and I'm staring at it. And I'm like, I have to move. I have to get out of bed. I have to figure out what that is. I'm terrified right now. And then out of nowhere, it just flies at me at full force.
Whoa.
It's just like, and then gone. I don't know what it was, but I jumped out of bed and I turned on the lights and I'm like, I'm fully awake at this point. Like I know what's going on, but I'm panicking. I'm running around the house and like I'm trying to find like a sharp object or something to like defend myself. Like it was scary. I was like searching my house and like I almost considered
You're
calling
like
the
in
police.
fight or
I was
flight mode, pretty
freaking out.
much.
Yeah, I was going crazy. I'm like, what is happening? And I'm going through rooms slowly, and then it took about an hour. And then I finally like sat down and I'm like none of this happened. None of this. I just woke up. I had sleep paralysis, and then I just had a mania. Like I just went through mania and just went nuts going throughout my house, like trying to figure out what's going on. And then I sat down and was like, wow, that was horrifying. It was it was like physically scary. I was shaking and
Damn.
like it's weird. That was probably the scariest thing that's ever actually happened to me was sleep paralysis. And
Yeah, yeah.
I I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemies. That was horrifying. I don't know.
I've had something like that
But
before.
that was basically
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have a same type of story.
go ahead.
Okay. Um, it happens when I was 12, I assume. I was sleeping in my bed and my my feet was looking to the exit door.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up, I thought, and saw my grandmother standing and looking at me at the doorway. At first, I didn't find anything strange at it, but when I asked her what's wrong, she she started to walk at me, and she started to stab me with the knife. And
Whoa.
I woke up with my hands actually trying to pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ. That is a nightmare.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
The only sleep
Yeah.
paralysis dream that I can remember was when I was, I think, in high school. So I was thinking about 16 or something like that, or 15. And I was asleep in my bed, and I remember I was on my back, and my head was tilted to my left. And that was my sleeping position, and I remember having this weird dream where I was fighting against something, and I couldn't move, but I was trying my hardest to move my hand so I can defend whatever was attacking me or something like that. It was some sort of humanoid figure. And I shoot open my eyes, and I guess it was that last image of what I saw, and I could clearly see its face right in front of me. And it's pitch dark out, but I could see its face clearly in the night. And I was scared shitless because I could see its face looking right at me, and I thought it was actually there looking right at me. And I tried with all of my might to like raise my fist up just so I can punch it and just like get out of this like weird dreams like state that I was in. And eventually I did. I managed to get my hands up, and I was flinging my arms around. They felt like jello. And fortunately for me, I turned on the light really fast just to verify that there was nothing else there. And no, there was nothing else there. But I saw its face, and I'll never forget that. It's creepy as hell. It's like it was like it had like long hair and the eyes wide open, and its mouth was gaping open with like teeth and stuff. Oh, it's creepy as hell. I don't know what the hell I saw.
Thing is, like, sleep paralysis, I've read things about it, and apparently people who go through it have all experienced similar things. And it usually has to deal with something with long hair, or like an older woman, or something like that.
My friend always says that like everyone he meets that also has sleep paralysis, like they see the people, but they're more like shadow, like they're like shadow people in a way, and it's like really, and that's like where like the whole entire like myth apparently from the shadow people started, or something like that.
My sister
like,
had a dream like that too.
Oh my lord, that's
but like
fucking creepy.
At night, if I was to tell another story is, I was awake during this entire thing, but have you ever decided to pull like 3 all-nighters in a row?
I've been awake for 2.5 days, and I'll never ever do it again.
I've only been able to do 2.
2.5.
Yeah, and I pass out somewhere.
I've done 3, and I was going on to 4, and what you don't know is actually when you go without sleep for a long ass time, your mind starts to play tricks on you because they're like because in psychology I later learned that it's like shortcuts. Your brain is trying to like piece things together, and now like your subconscious and your conscious are like clashing or some shit. And the worst at night, it was at like the beginning of the night from the sun just went down, and I'm just watching on my phone because I'm like, meme. And outside I start hearing like people talking. I'm like, the fuck's going on? I look outside, nothing there. Then I hear like a door opening downstairs. I'm like, okay, this is fucking spooking me out. And in my room I have 2 little a metal pipe that detaches. And the reason I have that is because when I was a little bit more younger, I loved creating like my own little weaponry as like fun. And that was supposed to be like the barrel of something. And it's a really thin one too, so it's like I'm not gonna do much, but I'm like, fuck it, it's something. Yeah. I go down fucking stairs, and I turn on the lights, and every time my peripheral vision, or like my side vision, I think there's something there, and it's like the worst thing ever. So I'm like, okay, fucking, I'm in this big room. I thought I saw the door open, because I have like this like little front door that leads into like a little darker garage, and it's like, okay, yeah, I think the door's open. I'm just gonna fucking leave. And I remember turning off my lights, but apparently I didn't because my lights were on, and I was like, okay, what the fuck's going on? And I started hearing whistling outside my front door. And I'm like, yo, the fuck's going on here? And I'm like, okay, I'm scared. I'm genuinely freaked out. And, like, literally, I go inside my room, I lock the door, I turn on all the lights, and I'm just, like, in the corner. All of a sudden, I hear, like, a banging on my fucking door. I'm like, I'm fucking scared now. I'm spooked. I'm, like, spooked. And then, it's... and then like the door opens, and then like my door opens, and it's my mom. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing up?" And it's like, it's like the entire fucking time. But apparently, in that like little thing, like I was downstairs looking for whatever the hell broke into my house for an hour, seeing like fucking shit in the corner of my eyes, and I locked myself up, afraid that like. They're gonna come, and my mom heard all this, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And apparently, I left all the lights on as well. And she opens the door and tells me to finally get some sleep, and I slept for the entire day on that fourth time. And it's like, if you're ever pulling an all-nighter, make sure it's only one, because if you like go over like 3 or like even 2, like I start getting like that fucking same ass like hallucination, and I've done it like twice in my life because gaming and stuff like that, and it's sometimes it's like the summer, and you just like stay up because I'm a night owl personally, and it's terrifying because I always hear the same thing. I hear talking, like I feel like 2 construction worker type talks. No, like construction worker, like over here, and so like, and like it's clearly like over here, like I hear over here, and I hear then I hear metal, then I hear like rocks or metal scraping, and then after that's finished, I hear the whistle, and it's like, and it's just like a walk by whistle.
How's the whistle go? Like,
no, it's just like walking. Like, I can't really whistle that well, but it's like just like something that you hear generically.
Like that?
Yeah, something like that, but like a little bit more like slower. It's like. Just like imagine like if you were walking. That's a little bit too creepy, but like it's like something that you do casually while like working. Like it's something like that, but a little bit more. Something like that, but like
slower.
It's like it's so
something
fucking
like,
scary because it's like I don't know, like maybe something like in my mind like tells me that I fucking hate you.
Yeah, I did it.
Bro, if that was the whistle that they made, I would have fucking flung open the open door. Like, yo, guys! It's like,
who's in my shit, yo?
Like, and it's just like, how strange, really like creepy. 4 days without sleep, what your fucking brain will fucking do. Just to like get you to sit the fuck down and go to sleep, fucking loser.
Yeah.